Today, we commemorate World Meditation Day, a reminder of the power of mindfulness in navigating life's challenges. As festive season approaches, in fact it is here, many are filled with joy, but for some, this time of year can bring heightened stress and feelings of depression.
So how can we cultivate a resilient mind and find peace amid the hustle and bustle and traffic of festive preparations? To help us unpack this, we are joined by Sukant Pal, the Director of Art of Living Nigeria, an organization that is renowned for its work in mindfulness, meditation, and holistic living. Thank you for joining us, Sukant.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
you're
coming on. Today, it's World Meditation Day, right?
Yes.
What does this day mean to you? Let's start with that.
This day, I've been a practitioner of meditation for past 25 years now,
Whoa.
regularly. So this day means great to me, because meditation has really helped millions of people worldwide out of depression, aggression, anxiety, stress, which the whole world is, struggling today. How to find the mechanism which can help them to reduce the anxiety and stress. So this day, when the world is finding the solutions, so what are the solutions? So this meditation comes, handy.
Many people mistake meditation for a form of religion. How untrue is that?
I would say it's not like that. That's a misconception. Because it's been a practice, though it is originated in India, and many faiths in the world have some sort of mindfulness. They do practice it. But as far as it is, if you relate it to the religion, that's absolutely, not right. Now there are so many researches which has gone into it. They say that when you meditate, the gray matter in the brain increases.
Oh.
It improves your overall physiological, mental, emotional health. So meditation is not something really. It's like relaxation. How to relax.
Okay, so if I was to ask you to describe specifically the anatomy of meditation, what do I do? What happens inside of my brain? What happens to my mindfulness? What am I do? What?
When you start meditating, the first thing that happens to you, it relaxes your mind. See, when you're in an anxious state of mind, when you're angry, excited, or maybe dejected, so you're not able to focus on your work. So first thing that it does, it calms down your mind. So when your mind is calm, settled, you're able to focus on your work more, isn't it? So this really relaxes your mind, and it also aligns both the right and left hemispheres of the mind. Right is all logical, left is logical, and right is all aesthetic sense that you have. So it brings balance between these two.
No wonder they say people's space reflects who they are. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, we're leaving Lagos. It's
Yes.
hustle and bustle as well. On a regular day in Lagos, the sun already can
Yes.
make you lose your mind. What more, this traffic? And now that we're in the festive season, I can only imagine it's heightened.
Yes.
What advice would you give to managing depression or just a feeling of loneliness coupled with all the bustle, just anxiety just for this season?
Absolutely, you're very right. Because the whole world now, the world leaders are thinking, leaders across the globe, they are thinking what to do. So now this is a very, very right time that the United Nations recognized that the importance of meditation. So they declared the the first meditation day. So now, given the situation, the current scenario, whether it's economic or maybe the go-slows, if you specifically talk about the Lagos, right?
Yes.
We also got stuck for 2-3 hours yesterday.
It
was horrible yesterday.
Yes.
So how to manage the anxiety that you get? My driver, he was just shouting. He was looking here and there. I said, come on, relax. Take few long, deep breaths. He said, why are you so anxious about it?
Did it work for him?
Yes. He said he was doing it very often. So I said, come on, why don't you relax? There's a huge line. It will take 1.5 hours. We were a Google map, right?
Yeah.
We were watching.
Then you multiply that by 3 because...
See, I said, come on, relax. When he was doing it very frequent, it was, I was just watching because he was very annoyed, very impatient. So I said, why don't you take 3-4 breaths? He said, okay, will it work? Okay, you sit, because the traffic, we can't move. So you sit and take few breaths. And after that, I noticed that he was very relaxed and calmer.
But Judith, do you want to try? Can we try?
Yeah, of course,
I
why
take
not?
deep breaths every day just thinking about my bank account and just the state of the nation. I'm like, even when I'm on this show, you can hear me do.
But let's try.
Yeah.
Let's
All
try.
right, let's do it together.
Of course.
So
What do
when
we
you're
have to do?
taking a deep breath,
Yeah.
how long do you have to hold it in for? And
I
what
mean,
does it go through?
Depends on your lung capacity. So some you can take a little longer. Because I'm the practitioner, so I can take deeper, longer breath.
Ah.
Yeah, because we use only 30% lung capacity. As an adult, when you grow up, child use around 90% lung capacity. As you grow up into adulthood, our lung capacity shrinks.
Okay.
It comes to 30, 35. If you're into sports, if you're into, you do some aerobics,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
this stuff, then you may use little,
Yeah, about 40,
yes,
45.
40, 45, yes. But if you don't meditate at all, if you don't do any physical exercises, then your lung capacity is 30 to 35%.
Then if you now
So
smoke on
now,
top of it.
now breath comes into play. If you take deep, long breathing, it can increase your lung capacity.
Okay.
So if you use your lung capacity, so what will happen? There is a more oxygenation to the brain.
Oh.
So your brain functions in a better way. Your cognitive functions become better when there's a more blood flow to the brain.
So there's a biological aspect to it all as well.
Yes, yes.
Blood,
of course.
increased blood flow to the brain.
Yeah.
So
And
that in itself, these breaths, is a form of
It's-
meditation.
Yes, yeah. I mean, meditation is preparing your mind to go into meditation. It is calming you down. So what happens? Now, let me tell you one thing. So when you're anxious, when there is some stress-provoking situation, what happens to your body? The stress
Agitate.
hormone get released. You will see some physiological changes. Your muscles go tense, and your heart beat faster. Your breath goes faster. So now the breath comes into play. If you take long and deep breathing in those moments, it calms your mind down because it activates another system in the body which is called parasympathetic nervous system. When that is rest and digest, it calms you down. So it just works.
I would like to try. I would like to try.
Yes,
Could you
you
put
can,
me
you
through
can,
a
of
session
course.
right now?
Yes, why
Yes.
not? We can
So
try.
let's
Step
get
back.
started.
I'm about to meditate.
Of course, of course.
Please, go ahead. What must I do?
Okay. Do you want instant
Yeah,
instant energy?
Instant, yes.
Okay.
I would
So
be
let me-
needing it later on tonight.
Yes.
Weirdo.
I'll just
What do I
take
do?
few breaths. Now you tell me your experience.
Any
right?
body position I must take?
Yes, this position.
yeah?
I'm demonstrating. You just breathe with me, right? Breathe in. Your hands go up. Exhale forcefully. In. 2. In. 3. In. 4. In. 5. In. 6. In. 7. In. 8. In. 9. In. 10. And relax. Just for a moment, close your eyes and just notice the difference, how you feel inside.
I feel very sleepy.
It it is energizing. You just notice your breath. How is your breath now, right now?
I feel a certain tingling inside.
Yes, you may feel some vibration, but that's
Yeah,
the movement of
vibration.
energy.
Ah.
See,
So it is real.
Yes.
It is real.
Yes. So this increases your lung capacity. Also, it removes all the 90% toxins from the system. 90%. And 10% toxins get released through the system through sweating, urination, and stool. But 90% through breath. But unfortunately, we are using 30% lung capacity. So how to increase that? Now the breath comes into play. So different exercises help you to increase lung capacity. You can throw out all the toxins from the system, and it calms down the mind as well.
Well, Mazino is going to continue practicing
Oh, yeah.
his meditation.
By the way, don't drink that because I think a booger got into your water.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. We're going to short break. When we come back, we bring you news and we continue with our meditation exercises. In the meantime, it's back to meditation as we have Sukant Pal, who is the leader, or rather the head of director for Right to Lead, Art of Leaving.
Art
There we
of
go.
Living
Art of
Nigeria.
Living. There we go. Art of Leaving Nigeria. We'll be talking about meditation as we commemorate World Meditation Day. And Sukant, I have to ask you about the intersection of mental health and meditation. I remember one time I ventured into meditation, and that was because I can't get my mind to shut off when I go to bed. So hopefully I was exercising, hoping to shut my mind when I go to bed so I can sleep, right? But what happened was I became a light sleeper.
Okay.
And I hated it. I, I want to be this close to the other side, but not close. Do you get what I mean when I'm sleeping?
So what other side?
you
You're
know,
scaring
the
me
other
here.
side of the veil. You know, what I mean? Like unaware of what's going on next to me, but like not aware. I don't want to be. I want to be
Oblivious.
yeah, dark when I sleep. But anyway, the intersection between the meditation and mental health.
You know, if you look at the today's world, on one side there's a aggression, on the other side there's a depression, right? So people get anxious and angry at the drop of the hat. So if you look at the youngsters, many of them are suffering from depression. So what is the way how to deal with the depression? So now the meditation acts as an AC for the mind, absolute comfort, right? So how to be comfortable with yourself? We have not learned this, neither at home nor at school. So meditation brings you back to your nature, and you become more sensitive and sensible at the same time. You're sensitive towards yourself, you're sensitive towards other people's feeling, and you're sensitive towards environment as well. It makes you very refined, very, very settled person. And as you said that I don't know, because the sleep, it gives you deeper rest. Your sleep quality improves. That has been my experience, and many worldwide.
I think,
Yeah.
well, to each his own, right? But I think when I think about it now, I'm saying deep sleep, right?
Yes.
I think that it was too quiet that it became white. Does that make any sense? And I want it to be, because I'm so used to how dark, and when I wake up it's like, oh yeah, I'm off. You know what I mean? Like then when you wake up it's like, oh, what a bright day. No.
I know the
I
song.
want to roll out of the bed like, I need coffee now, that kind of thing.
See, I tell you, the effort of the body is the language of the body is effort. If you do something physical work, you need effort, isn't it? But the language of the mind is effortlessness. If you get negative thoughts, now you don't want to think about this person or that situation, what is happening? It will come more. You cannot just stop the thoughts just because it's negative. You don't want it to be there. So what will happen? It will come even more. So what is the way? You have to shake hand with the negative thoughts. The moment you say okay, you will see that thought will dissolve.
Did you say shake hands with the negative
Yes.
thoughts so we don't run away?
So if you resist the thought at the mental level, what will happen? Will the negative thoughts stop? Or if you're trying to sleep and you're having some thought, you're holding on to the thought, because thoughts will come and go. You have no control over your thoughts. But when you say okay, let it come, the moment you say okay, you will say the thoughts will dissolve.
Oh.
And you're able to sleep.
That is beautiful.
Right? If I tell you, okay, can we do some little experiment?
Yes,
Now
please.
close your eyes for some time.
Okay, I'm your
Now,
guinea pig.
Whatever you want to think. You can think of anything, but do not think of a monkey. A monkey who is, jumping from one branch to another branch, wearing a cap.
Mr. Paul,
Now
I see
you
what
can
you're
open
doing
your
there.
eyes.
I see what you did. I couldn't think of anything else but a monkey.
Monkey, yes,
visualizing the monkey with
Exactly.
the hats jumping from one
See,
branch.
the more you resist, the more it persists.
Yeah.
So if you try to struggle with your thoughts, it will not happen. You have to agree with the thoughts. You just be with it.
Embrace it.
The moment you embrace the thoughts, you will see it will dissolve.
Interesting.
What stops you from sleep? If you forget something, the more you try hard to remember those things, or somebody's name, where you kept your keys. So what will happen? The more you try pressurize your mind, what will happen? You will not get it.
That was this
And the
morning.
moment you forget it,
You remember
I remembered now.
That was this morning for me. That was this morning. I
Yeah,
couldn't
well,
find
that
my
what happens
keys.
when you come back at 2 a.m. in the morning.
She brought it back. She brought it. If you missed the earlier part of the show, then you wouldn't get that joke. Yeah, but the festive season is one where people actually find human connections, socialness. So, how can meditation help us to be more social beings?
Yes, it brings, if I look at my own experience and the experiences of the people whom I have taught, I've been teaching in the past 25 years now. So I've seen a tremendous change in people's behavior as well. Like I was very, very uncommunicative person, very reserved person. When I started meditating, I was able to connect with myself. I was able to communicate with my fellow beings, with my family members even more. So I became very communicative. I started talking to the people. When I go to the social gathering, I was more open. I used to connect with them so well. I was surprised, how did this happen? So then I came to know it is because of the meditation. When you rule, when you get relieved from the stress and anxiety and depression, then you will see you're more closer to yourself. So meditation makes you very happy kind of a person. You're more, you get more, you feel more connected with the society,
Connected.
people around. So that connection just happens if you're a meditator.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Well, I must say thank you to you, Sukant, for just taking out the time this morning and coming in as early as you did and just sitting with us and just putting us through the exercise when it comes to meditation.
Which I will continue.
Which Mazino will continue.
I will continue.
And also, I want to ask you just because before you go,
please.
for those who are not particularly social beings, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, we unfortunately have the job to be social,
Yeah.
but half the time, in that social circle, there are times where it's like, oh goodness, I just want to go. Like, this is already, you're overwhelmed, overstimulated by all the activities, and just for a second, you want to zone out. Can you do that?
You know, there are two things, passion and dispassion, activity and rest. If there is no balance between these two, then it will really take a toll on your health, physical, mental, psychological. So if you're too workaholic, right? You like to work. So if you're not taking proper rest, you're not yourself. So it's very important to be properly rested. And when you're properly rested, then your activity become very dynamic. You're very dynamic. So passion and dispassion you need to follow. So dispassion means for 10 minutes I'll just say three things too. When you start meditating, just have these three thoughts in the mind. For next 10 minutes, I don't want anything. I will do nothing and I am nothing. If you entertain these three thoughts before you slip into meditation, you can have your wants. I'm not saying you shouldn't be wanting anything. You can have your wants, but for 10 minutes, I don't want anything. Then you can rest. And I am nothing. I do nothing. So next 10 minutes, I'm not doing anything. So that will help you to relax even more. And when you relax more, that makes your activity very dynamic. When you're well rested, now tell me, if you did not have proper sleep last night, second day, how is it?
Yeah, groggy.
It's dragging, you're just struggling.
Yeah.
But if you slept so well, if you had a deep sleep, second day when you you're ready for the day,
Yeah.
you're full of energy, your efficiency goes up, you're very active, very creative as well. So this happens when you just go within yourself.
Can meditation replenish your social battery life?
Of course, why not? That's what have been the experience of the many people, millions of people worldwide. Those who meditate regularly, they experience this. They are physically more healthy, mentally so resilient, emotionally balanced, and they are well connected with the society, with the people around.
But it's not a substitute for sleep, is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
It
yes,
is?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
It brings, it gives you deeper rest than sleep. There's one research. If you do meditate, if you do nothing for 2 months, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, the gray matter in the brain increases. That's been the research. And if you know how to rest for 20 minutes consciously, it gives you deeper rest than sleep.
Well, I must say thank you, Sukant. You have just helped us understand meditation better. And hopefully all of our viewers who are watching at home are able to take away from this that going into 2025, mindfulness should be on the top of our agenda when it comes to the mental health and everything else. Sukant, once again, many thanks. Sukant is the director, Art of Leaving Nigeria. Once again,
Thank you so much for having me today here.
Thank you for joining us.